Hey Gary, hey ET, it's Byron Lazine. I appreciate you guys taking the question. I'm about to go into the gym here. It's 5:45, trying to get my hustle on.
5:45
I sent a
PM?
question into Gary last week, and I hope whoever's editing this will throw in my YouTube channel here, trying to obviously get a little bit of exposure. But you guys have been such a big inspiration to me. ET, I found you a number of years ago. The talk you did to that classroom inspired the crap out of me. I've watched it over 100 times. Gary, the first time I saw you was a keynote to Remax. You ripped their faces off. And I'm going to be giving a keynote, actually, or rather an 18-minute talk at the Tom Ferry Summit next week. This is the Super Bowl of all real estate conferences. I've done 200, 300, 400 person talks, but this is in front of 5,000 people. What advice do you have for me stepping up into the big leagues? And guys, I'd also like to know, when your speaking career really launched, were you out pushing that? Or did you let all those paid speaking opportunities come to you? How do you grow a paid speaking business? Thanks, guys. Be well.
Eric, what would you, let's answer it. Go ahead, you go first.
Yeah, so first of all, I want to say this, because you talked about that first speech. Again, Gary, I wasn't doing that for the world. It's an accident that video came out. Like, I had no idea that
Somebody was recording it and put it on YouTube?
Actually, a guy recorded it for his thesis.
Yep.
He never used it for his thesis.
Okay.
So the only reason he mic'd me up is because he
When was this?
Class. This was 10 years ago. Actually, the anniversary to the Guru story is this school year. So that's when I did it, right?
And that was your breakout?
That was the breakout. Well, and when we say breakout, we mean to the world. I have 2 careers. The first one was I've been doing this.
100%.
Yeah,
like,
I've been doing this for 10 years before
people are like, oh, you broke out. I was like, yeah, I worked every day of my life. Finally broke out.
Right. So if you call breaking out after 18 years.
If you call breaking out like punting anything that was happy and fun and easy and just grinding my face off, I broke out.
Yeah. So for me, that speech was to about 40 or 50 kids from the inner city who were about to get kicked out of Michigan State, and I was going off. I was just going off because it's like they don't have 3 chances. Like their parents, just got laid off of Ford, Jim, and Chrysler. We're talking about when the country hit the recession. These kids' parents have lost their job. GM, Ford, Chrysler, all crashes. This is their chance to get a degree.
And they're bullshitting.
So I'm going off.
Of course.
Somebody happens to record it.
Especially because, I'm gonna use that as my answer, which is when you tell your truth, it's not scary to talk to one. It's not scary to talk to 50,000. You ask me right now to read your email. Right now. If you gave me a long email and said read it, I'd be scared shitless. You know why? I'm bad at reading. I don't like reading. It's not what comes natural to me. It's like I can go speak in front of this whole city, this whole thing. Give me 80 million people. I'm ready. Give me the mic. I'm going. I'm ready right now. You asked me to read in front of this inner circle. I'm like, let's go get a drink, guys. No, that's stupid. Let's do business. Like, it's unbelievable. So to Byron, just go speak your truth. The biggest mistake people make, and you're by accident similar with me. I was a businessman just going to a conference. I don't know. The number one reason people fail is because they have to think.
Yeah.
And when you think, because you don't know, because you're trying to fake it, you know what's easy for us, and yours is more extreme than mine, but I have my version of it. When you're not at any plateau, when you've been there, like nothing's super scary. What you're gonna laugh at me? Like when like kids made me drink pee because I couldn't speak English? Right. Like things aren't scary. What is somebody gonna do to you? Like when you're eating shit out of the fucking corner, who's gonna do what? Somebody's gonna laugh at you at a conference. They didn't like the way you cursed. That's the silly. So I think the biggest thing is to talk your truth, Byron. Don't try to act bigger than you are. Everybody does that. Yeah. Oh, now that I'm on a big stage, let me pretend or embellish that I sold a lot of apartments, or people embellish or fake it, and then you're scared. You're scared somebody's gonna call you out on it. You're scared somebody's gonna come. You know what I'm pissed about? I had Tyler right now. I'm getting my report card right now sent to me. Wow. My report cards from high school, because somebody in the comment section of Facebook said, Gary, you weren't that bad of a student from high school, only because I think they liked me and they didn't want to believe I was such a bad student. I'm like, oh, you think so? Let me go get it. So I just think it's truths.
And I would say to him as well, give them something, man. Like, too many people spend so much time talking about their accomplishments and what they've done. Give them something. Give them a tool or two that they can literally take. I'm talking about as soon as, don't, I listen to some of these guys, no disrespect, but it takes about 18 messages before you actually say something to me, right? So I'm saying, do me a favor, just give them 1 or 2 things that as soon as the conference is over, they can literally take with them and actually use.
I'm super mad you said that because you're more right than what I was saying. It's more important than your truth, even though that this doesn't sound like it. I believe that 90% of talks in public today are press releases for that person, and they're doing propaganda for themselves, and then they just leave.
Absolutely, Gary. Absolutely.
I'm trying to guilt motherfuckers to loving me. That I gave them so much that they're like, damn. Like that. Like honestly, you know what I like about Kendrick Lamar?
What do you like about Kendrick Lamar?
I like, oh, we got a nice little cadence going here. I like that when I feel like if I was good enough to be a rapper, I would have the same mindset. What I think he does, and I don't know if this has been talked about, again, I don't read anything, so I don't even know if this is out there. I assume it is, because it's so obvious. He goes on other people's albums, and he's trying to steal those fans. Like when I listen to how he does it, I'm like, I get that. I literally, Eric, I swear to God, I go to every conference, and I'm trying to make anybody that came there for somebody else question that person. I want them to be like, damn, I came here.
Because they're laughing. Explain that though.
Explain, okay.
Like,
I go to every conference and I go, look, this is a conference, there's this fancy person, there's Warren Buffett, there's Tony Robbins, there's Eric Thomas.
Absolutely.
I'm sure a lot of people can, I'm not the only person, but I'm gonna go on stage and I'm gonna make every single person leave saying, I don't like Warren Buffett anymore. I like Gary Vee. Like I'm trying to go, and by the way, that's not by having bravado. That's not having, that's not cursing. That's, I'm gonna provide so much stream of value, so hard, so long, that they're gonna be tired when I'm done. Bring value.
And that's why you know who Gary Vee is. Like for real, and you guys gotta hear that. Because a lot of you that I study, who studying Gary Vee, this is why I laugh, Gary. There are people who look up to you who don't do what you do.
You mean everybody? You mean everybody? They're like, do you know how many people tweet hustle and work 6 hours a day? Like, I know.
I'm serious.
I know.
I'm serious. Somebody I'm very close to today asked me about my schedule, and I told them the schedule, and then they asked me, well, why are you up so early?
Yeah. Let's move to the next question before I get angry.
I get you.
By the way, real quick, I got angry. If you ever say to somebody else, why are you up so early? That is the quickest tell to you are not a winning player. If that has ever crossed your mind, you've lost.